I don't like you. Sorry, what did you say? You heard me.
And it turns out I actually didn't hear what the fuck you just said.
Blitz x Stolas, aka Stolitz, is an absolutely terrible ship. If you watch my channel, you've probably seen my helluva boss videos regarding episodes like Full Moon and Apology Tour. And if you watch them, you would see how much I'm starting to dislike this owl. And yes, my persona Mooney is an alien owl, partially inspired by Stolas along with Invader Zim and Stitch. Recently, I decided to go back and rewatch helluva boss episodes that have Stolas in it, and it really gave me some realizations regarding this relationship, and some comments in my previous episodes really had me thinking how awful he is and doesn't need to be in a relationship right now. So everyone, please strap in for the ride, and I hope you enjoy this video. As I already stated, Stolas is Blitz x Stolas. Honestly, at this point, I'm losing hope about this ship. And I started to dislike it if anything, the more I reflect on what is happening so far in the relationship. To sum up the relationship from the very beginning, when Stolas was a child, he found out his father Paimon arranged him to be wed to his now ex-wife Stella. Don't worry, we'll talk about her too. To try and stop his son from being sad, he has his servant take him to the circus, and that's when Stolas first lays eyes on Blitz, a demon boy who is trying to be a great circus performer like his friend Fizzaroli. Stolas' father decides to buy Blitz for a bit, so Stolas can have a friend. Blitz's father wants him to rob them as much as he can. Mind you, Blitz's father is putting his own son in danger because imps are the lowest class of demons. Blitz tricks Stolas into helping him steal as a form of a game, but soon they actually begin to bond, and then there's this huge time skip. 20 years later, Stolas is miserable being married to his wife Stella. He had their daughter Octavia. Stolas attends the party his wife is hosting when guards caught Blitz sneaking into the castle, and Stolas decides to handle him alone. We're gonna skip the uncomfortable part, but basically Blitz wants to steal the Grimoire, a book Stolas was given when he was a child. We don't know all the book's potential power, but we do know it can take them from different places, including the human realm. Blitz needs that book for his business called IMP, a business to kill people who are still alive out of revenge of their clients' requests. Blitz does the dirty with the owl out of pity because Stolas wanted to do it with his first ever friend. This results in them having the affair for the first time. That's the summary of how Stolas came to be. And Stolas is very lustful, to be honest. He's the one who really started this whole transactional relationship. It's supposed to be this scandalous relationship of a royal having a secret relationship with someone who is a much lower status while being married to someone else. Now, on paper, that sounds interesting, but is so poorly executed. And why do I say that? Well, here's a shout out to this comment. This comment is from Planet Zoisar, a comment that was made on my video about Stolas refusing to take accountability. I'm not going to read the full thing, just the top part. If Blitz was a woman, no one would be defending the favors for favors situation. This person is absolutely correct, and here's my explanation on why. The very first episode of helluva boss, called Murder Family, closer to the end of this episode, is currently Blitz is running for his life with a bullet in his arm. He was hiding when he gets a call from Stolas regarding the Grimoire. Blitz is telling Stolas that this isn't a good time right now, but Stolas ignores that, only caring about himself and what he needs, and explains that he wants to make a deal with him. Once a month on the full moon, Blitz returns the book, followed by a night of passion, basically a favors for favors situation. Blitz, just wanting to end this call already, agrees to do this. Now, if Blitz was female, would this be seen as a scandalous and romantic relationship? No, I don't think so. This would be seen as gross, and it should be seen the same way the ship already is. Guys, let's put this in perspective, right? A woman wanted to start her own business, but the thing is, she's missing for a business a man of much higher power than her has, and it's like, yeah, I'll give you the resources for your business, but in return, we're gonna have a favors for favors situation. If that sounded disgusting to you, it should. This relationship was doomed from the start because of this. When I look back at scenes like this, I'm so confused why Stolas was shocked that Blitz took everything he said in Full Moon episode as foreplay. With the way Stolas has treated him throughout season 1, the constant flirting, the degrading, the dirty talk, It's no shock Blitz would get the impression that this is only sexual and no romance behind it. I mean, come on. There's literally a scene of Stolas putting a cigarette out on Blitz's horn. Like, how more disrespectful could you get? Stolas has never thought highly of Blitz. He literally calls him my little imp and my impish little plaything. Now, one could say, oh, it's not his fault. It's because he was born a royal. Imps are beneath him. That's all he's ever known. Okay, that's true. But he's fallen in love with one. So if he actually cares about him and wants a genuine relationship with Blitz, he should try to unlearn this type of behavior. That would be a right step in the direction. The only good thing he's really done is save Blitz and the rest of IMP in the Truth Seekers episode. But that one good deed does not overshadow how horrible he is. This is going to be brief. Stella is a member of the Archcowisha who was arranged to marry Stolas since childhood. She's the mother of Octavia and she's a horrible lunatic. As much as I'm not liking Stolas, no one deserves to go through what he went through throughout this marriage. That being said, Stella is boring. She's supposed to be a villain, but if anything else, she's just annoying. Like, really annoying. Now, I'm not saying a villain needs a tragic backstory to be good, but what I am saying is there's just literally nothing about her we really know. Alright, let's list what we do know about her. She had arranged a marriage with Stolas. She birthed Octavia. She hates Stolas. She loves partying. That is it. All she does is whine about how much she hates Stolas. Literally, that's all she talks about. She doesn't even need a tragic backstory, but she at least should have something about her. She's not an interesting villain. She's not an entertaining villain. And she's not an intimidating villain. She's just bratty. Not once has she ever talked about her own daughter Octavia. Only one time she referred to her as the egg that fell out of her. We literally have no idea about the relationship, and it's season 2 of the show. We still don't know anything, and that brings me to my next part. Okay, Stolas is a good dad in season 1 episode 2 known as Lululand, but season 2 episode 2, aka the worst episode in my opinion, Octavia wanted to see this meteor shower that her father told her about when she was a little girl. Now that she's grown up, she's super excited because she wants to see it. But Stolas was too busy arguing with Stella that he forgot. Granted, Stella deserves this, but Octavia was really looking forward to this, so she sneaks to IMP, steals the book to go see the stars, and accidentally teleports herself to Hollywood. Now, you'd think Stolas would be super worried, wanting to find his daughter as soon as possible with no distractions? No, Stolas is still flirting with Blitz. There's a scene they both get taken by a show director because Blitz looks like a celebrity he accidentally killed, and he is being forced to perform on stage because of it. So you'd think he would be very desperate to find Octavia. The only good thing that's come out of this arranged marriage? No, instead he's goofing off. I understand because he doesn't have the Grimoire, his powers has limits in the human world, but still, he literally could have tried to do so much more to find his daughter instead of this nonsense. Like, imagine Dorks took her while he was goofing off with Blitz, and because he doesn't have the Grimoire, saving her would be way harder. I honestly don't blame Octavia to question how much her father loves her, because look at what he does. And it isn't until the end of the episode he is so happy to see her.
Bullshit!
Even though he barely looked for her. The looking was off screen. We could have had at least gotten a scene of Stolas talking to Blitz about how much he loves his daughter while they're looking. And Blitz could understand that because the way he cares about Luna, and they could both find common ground of how much they love their daughters. But yeah, this episode was so bad. Now, Blitz isn't innocent either. He has changes he needs to do as well. But at least he's actually slowly starting to, and he genuinely wants to change. But I don't like the way it's only Blitz who's the one changing and not Stolas. Stolas is acting as if he's like this victim in this relationship. He is only a victim of Stella and his pretty crummy dad being neglectful and harsh to him. But in this relationship, It's been seen as, oh, Stolas is like this innocent little baby who's done nothing wrong and everyone's against him. No, he's the one who started this transaction. He's constantly degrading Blitz and just imp species in general. And then when Blitz calls him out on his BS, after Stolas continues to ignore what he is saying, Stolas proceeds to try to gaslight Blitz into thinking he always thought highly of Blitz. And then when Blitz apologizes to Stolas, he doesn't even apologize back. I seriously hope in season 2, Stolas faces actual consequences of his actions and actually self-reflects about how he treats Blitz and imps in general. Because how are you in love with a man while also insulting his race constantly at the same time? It makes no sense. That concludes this video. Thank you all so much for watching it. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and while you're at it, drop your opinions in the comments below. I would love to read it. If you're interested in my art commissions, DM me on my Discord Mooney Owl, and I'd be happy to do so. That would mean so much to me. I do different kinds of commission art, and I'd love to work with you. And as always, stay amazing, you stars.